What's up and welcome back. So earlier today I bought Sonos Ones and Roam for a really good deal on Marketplace, and right now I'm gonna show you, if you haven't seen the size comparison video, the Era 100 versus Sonos One. I'm gonna show you how they look. You can already see them. Just a quick size comparison between these two. So this is the size comparison of the Sonos Era 100 to the left with the black, and the Sonos One SL on the right. The Sonos Era 100 is a little bit taller. I'm just gonna put them right next to each other like this. As you can see, it's a little bit taller, but the Sonos Ones are a little bit wider. Now I don't know if that depends on how you place them, but if you place them like this, then they are almost the same size. So from the side they're almost on the same size, but the front they look a little bit thinner than the Sonos Ones. So yeah, that was the size comparison of these two. So what we're gonna do now is test number two. The test number two is we're gonna try it out with the Era 100s behind me first, to see if they sound better, maybe the sound coming from behind you like we did with the Era 300s. And then we're gonna switch to the Sonos Ones and see how they sound. So the test we're gonna do is movie test again. With the setup is ARC, Sonos Era 100 and one Subgen 3. And then we're gonna switch that to ARC, Sonos Ones and one Subgen 3. So the Subgen the sub I have is on the right side of the couch, which we're gonna use. And yeah, let's try it out and see how these sound, if they sound better like this setup or from the side that I had in test one. So let's go. So we got one ARC, left Era 100, right Era 100 and a sub, as you can see. So let's go through the settings. Everything is on 0. Since I had to redecorate my living room, I had to put out the cord, take out the cord, and once you do that, you have to reconnect it to your system, all of it. So equalizer +3 on the ARC, on bass +2. Then we got surround sound. We're gonna push it up to, yeah, I think +7, like we had in the last video. And the sub level is gonna be on +1, I think. Yeah, that would be enough. And then height level, we're gonna use, we want the Era 100 to push it as high as possible, so we're gonna push it at, we're gonna put it at +5, +6 for now. Let's see how that sounds. And then you got spatial music and audio. Let's see how these settings sound. Same movie, Prey. We can try that out again. I love that scene because that had a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, let's go. By the way, we're gonna start the volume level at 40 and push it up to 75-ish. See, it depends on how loud it gets. So yeah, let's go. that was the Sonos Era 100 on volume level 75. Now, like I said in my last video about the Sonos Era 100s, they deliver that extra surround sound really good. Right now, when they was playing that last part with the trumpets and all that, if it was, I don't know if it was trumpets or whatever that was, but the sound was really blasting from behind me on the Sonos Era 100s. Now, that extra volume or that extra sound you want to come out from behind or from the sides, they deliver it pretty good. Pretty good actually. Despite being so small in size, they deliver it pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by the Sonos Era 100 when it comes to delivering that subtle surround sound, despite from having, as you can see, no, let me just take it. I have my 5 here. My 5s, some of you call it overkill. Now, if you like the more subtle surround sound that deliver that good enough, perfect enough, if you want to call it perfect enough surround sound, then they do it really good. Actually, I'm really surprised by how good they sound compared to the other speakers that I tried out a couple of weeks ago. I think these have the perfect amount of subtle surround sound coming from behind you or from the sides, wherever you want to put them. They do it really good. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna disconnect this and connect my Sonos Ones so we can see the difference in sounds when you're watching a movie, having them as surround speakers. So yeah, let's go. So we got Sonos Arc, Sonos One SL, SL, and One Sub connected. Same settings, bass +2, surround sound +7. We're gonna take it down a little bit, and height +6. I think I will take the sub on 0 just in case, and then we got everything else. So yeah, let's try these settings out. We're gonna start it out at 40 and then go up to 70, 75. Depends on how high it gets. Let's go. That was Sonos One SL on the volume 75. So let me just say that I cannot really hear any difference in sounds when it comes to the Sonos One SL compared to the Sonos Era 100. Not much of a difference from what I can hear. They sound almost the same. So I had a question, would I do an upgrade from these Sonos One SL to the Sonos Era 100? Are they worth an upgrade? No, I don't think so. I don't think you should go from the Sonos Ones to the Sonos Era 100. I didn't hear any that much of a difference. No, I did not hear it. If I'm gonna be honest, no, I didn't. I couldn't hear that much of a difference in sound, in surround sound, because that last part where I said the trumpets or whatever that sound is, that was blasting, sounded to me exactly the same. All the sounds that came out of the Sonos Era 100s came out of the Sonos One SLs equally. So if you're wondering if these are an upgrade from these, definitely not. I would not go from these to these, because I would go from these to either the Era 300s if they fix that front driver issue. If you're gonna use them for movies, then I would go from the Sonos Ones to the Sonos Era 300s. If you think that the 5s are an overkill, I don't know what your setup is, how much you want to spend on your system or on your setup, but that's totally up to you. But I would not go from the Sonos Ones to the Sonos Era 100s. I don't see that being an upgrade. I think they sound almost the same. Now our upgrade would be the Sonos Era 300s. If you think the 5s are too much, then wait and see if Sonos eventually fixes that front driver issue that's been going on when you use them as surrounds. If you're gonna use this for music, that's gonna be another test I'm gonna do, comparing these two. We're gonna compare this in every sequence from test 2 and forward, so you can see if these, because I had a lot of questions asking me if these are an upgrade from the Sonos ones, and from this test I did now with movies, I don't think they are. If I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't think that's an upgrade you wanna go, because you will not have that wow factor from going from these to these. So yeah, so that's it for test 2 with movies. With that being said, I like these as surround speakers in the back. I had my Sonos ones last year. When I changed them, I changed to the 5s. So yeah, but this sounds good. If you don't own these, and if you're asking me that if they are worth the price between these and these are not much. So if you don't have these, then I would definitely go with the Sonos Era 100s, most definitely. So yeah, that's my take on the surround speaker, having these as surround speakers from the back, and I think they sound better from the back. So did my 5s. I have never had them in the back before. So every surround speaker you have, they sound the best having them from the back. Now if I ever redecorate my living room, I would definitely have my 5s in the back, or whatever speaker I'm gonna use. So yep. As always guys, copyright strikes on all my videos, because I want to do it as good and as authentic as possible. I use real Dolby Atmos music, movies from Netflix, HBO, Spotify and Apple Music. So I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel, so we can make it grow bigger and bigger. And as always, put a comment if you upgraded from these to these. Put a comment what you think about the Sonos Era 100, and I hope you're satisfied with the comparison of these two in this video. In next video we're gonna try out music, so we're gonna compare these two in music. So yeah, stay tuned for that. See you all in the next one. Bye.